What's up, everybody? Ronnie George here. So today you are looking at my screen right now, and I'm going to be going through a number of different things. I'm going to be going through my Facebook advertising to show you exactly how I generate leads and how you can follow up with them on Facebook and actually convert them into buyers and sellers. So right now we're looking at my ads manager. Then I'm going to go over my follow-up boss, and then I'm actually going to show you some scripts that I use. As well as something that my agents have access to, which is my agent accelerator, which goes over different training and different stuff like that. And I'm actually going to be giving you access to this. So if you have your own team, if you're on brokerage and you want to create something like this, I can actually help you set this up in your own business. So basically, I'm going to scroll down to the first one, lead conversion and objectives. So right here, if you actually check this out, if you don't listen to anything that I do, log into this. I'll post everything under the video of how you can get access to this and go down to it. And I basically break down every single thing on how to follow up with Facebook leads, Zillow leads, Realtor leads, how to segment the leads, how to isolate their objections, how to build relationships, use voicemail, follow up, all that different stuff. And this is something that I've already done in the past. So I'm going to give you access to this, but in this video, I'm going to be doing a kind of like an aerial oversight of how you can implement a simple strategy in your business and how to leverage Facebook leads to actually fill your pipelines. So let's go into Ads Manager and let me talk about this for a little bit. So basically what I do is there's two ways to really generate a lot of leads using Facebook. You can advertise homes list, and you can advertise, hey, these properties sold in your area, here's what I think your home is worth. And then you can also do the ones where you're advertising a single listing, just like how Zillow does. So there's mental variations of what people are looking for when it comes to what you're actually offering. So say, for instance, if you're advertising a homes list, most of the time that people sign up for those, they're not actively looking right now because they're really just kind of getting an idea of what the market's like, what's available, but they're at least raising their hand, and those are actually people that will potentially turn into clients. So those are really good to run if you want a lot of pipe fillers and you want to build relationships with them, and those are the people that you would run through retargeting campaigns, to where if they engage with your stuff, you stay in front of them with different insightful videos, different, hey, this listing's going on here, this development's going on here, so you build that authority. Those people have the best opportunity to develop a relationship with, because they probably haven't connected with a real estate agent, because they probably just would have connected with them and they would have got that list. So most of those people are really good, but just know that their timeline is a little bit further off. So it's going to be very important to put them in follow-up campaigns, email drips, retargeting campaigns, and build that relationship. Probably only 2 to 5% are actually ready to go. 80 to 90% are kind of passive, just curious, not really looking, and the other ones just won't even respond. They're just like, hey, I don't want to talk to anyone, I just wanted the information. Single listing properties, and that's actually what I'm going to show you right now. So single listing properties are ones that basically you're advertising an individual listing, and that person is self-identifying by reaching their hand out and signing up for it, saying, hey, I like this type of property, this is kind of my price range, I want to know more about this property. They're a little bit further along in the buying cycle. They're probably actively looking or probably already working with a real estate agent. These are the ones that Zillow actually goes after, because this is what people are looking for. They want to see an individual property, they like it, they're ready to sign up for it. So you're getting people that are further in that pipeline. So if you want people that are actively looking, you're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive with these people, simply because, well, they're actively looking, they're going to buy something. And if you present the right property and you put it in front of them, they're going to sign up and say, hey, I want that house. They're going to go see it and they're going to buy it. Their loyalty is not with you. Their loyalty is with the house and their own self-interest of getting that house. So if you're the one that provides that house for them, they sign up for it, you convert them, you sell them the house, you're good to go. You didn't really have to build a relationship. You just provided what they were looking for, you got their information, and you sold them that property. These are really good. I'd recommend actually running these over the homes list, simply because they're more warm and hot leads. It's just a little bit more difficult to get in touch with them, because They're not concerned about talking to you per se. They're more concerned about what properties that you can deliver. So be in the mindset of that. People that are signed up with the homes list, they want guidance, they want resources, they want insight. People that sign up with single properties, they want properties. They want to know, the best deals, the best neighborhoods, like get them in a house. And if you can lead with that, these are the best ones to go for. So I just want to show you this one on my screen. And these are ones that I basically targeted because they were newer listings. And I'd recommend, if you're going to run Facebook ads, only run properties that are relatively new, because these people are more than likely already searching the internet. And if you're advertising stuff that's old or the same old generic photos, they're not going to sign up for it. So you want to do new properties. So pay attention to ones that are coming soon or just recently listed. Create your ads on there, put those in front of them. So these are different ones. As you can see, this is my template that I do. It's kind of like a Zillow style. I have the price, I have the general address, the bedrooms, bathrooms, all that, because again, if people are conditioned to use Zillow and stuff, they have all the information and then they sign up. You don't want people signing up for your stuff just to get the information, because then when you follow up, they're like, oh, I just signed up for the information. And then you don't know what to do, especially if you don't know how to convert. But then you can always follow up, be like, oh, that's great. Well, what did you think about it? Did it fit what you were looking for? No, it didn't really. Then you can say, oh, well, what are you looking for? And then you go from there. But if most people don't want to dig into that, they just take that, oh, it didn't really fit. And they're like, okay, well, thank you for your time. Have a good day. You can't do that. If you're going to run leads, you have to dig into why they're even calling. And I'm going to discuss that in just a minute of how to go about doing that after I show you ways that we capture information. So I'm going to scroll down and show you what the lead form looks like. When they click on it, it's going to open up. Same thing like Zillow. It basically says, hey, what can we assist you with? And it says, oh, I want to book an in-person tour with an agent, a tour with an agent, or video tour with an agent, request more information, ask a question. And I did this to where it was like, video tour with see a video tour, and people would sign up for it. And then I found out that people thought that once they signed up, they were then going to see a video tour of the property. But so you have to be very specific. Book an in-person tour with an agent. And once I started doing this, people stopped clicking on that. They started clicking on request more information or ask a question. So then when we follow up, I basically was able to provide them the additional information and then convert and then kind of go from there. And then just to show you what I give them, as soon as they click this, I go ahead and give them the information anyways, because people are so used to getting exactly what they requested, and they get frustrated when you don't give that to them. So then I basically say, request received for immediate assistance, message us directly, and then when they click the button, it pulls up the MLS link and it gives them information. So that's a top view of what to advertise. Actually, let me give you one little bonus piece. If I can find it, I might have it right here. Properties for sale. No, I have a CMA one in there that basically you can use, and sellers will sign up for it to get an idea of what their home is worth. Maybe here it is. Okay, so this is kind of like an overview. It basically says, hey, attention, or whatever, and you can leave that out or you can do whatever, but you want to self-identify and be like, look, do you have a home that you want to sell in such and such area? And be like, these homes in your area just sold in the last 10 days, some over asking price. And then I list 3 or 4 different properties and show how much more over asking price or how much at full price. And it'd be like, the sale of these homes just affected the value of your home. Click below to see what your home is now worth. So it gives a good incentive, because those people that are thinking of selling now, they're curious. They're like, I wonder what my home could go for. And then you can either do 2 things. You can either drive them to a CMA evaluation to where they click and then they fill it out and they put the information and you're good. Or you can do a lead form, and this works equally well too. You can do a lead form to where they click it. They'll be like, hey, you'll get an estimate of value. And then you can do 2 things. You can do the name and email, or name and phone number, and then they sign up. And then they go, and then now you have to try and track them down, and then, hey, what's your address, blah, 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 and most will ghost you. Or you can put the one to where it says, put your address in there, and then they fill that out, and then you at least have their address, so you can, go to their house, knock on the door, hey, here's the thing that you signed up for, never got in touch with you, develop a relationship. Or the other one that I've done before, you can just do name and phone number, And then when they sign up, it pushes to like a squeeze page to be like, for a more accurate assessment, fill out the information below. And when I did this, I think it was like 80% of the people that did sign up would also fill out the form too. And then they would basically say, oh, here's the information about my house, here's the address, I've done some updates, yada, yada, yada. And then they fill it out and then they submit it. And when they submit it, then a video comes up of me saying, hey, thank you so much for the assessment. If you're looking to get an accurate idea or considering selling right now, I'd love to set up an appointment with you to come preview your property. There's a calendar link below. You can actually book a time to where me or one of my agents can actually come see your property in person, give you some helpful tips on how to stage your home, get it set up, and then that way we can go from there, blah, blah, blah. And then that way you're leveraging all these systems to get in place to where they're self-selecting and then controlling their little journey, essentially. So those are different ways. And what I do, now I'm going to go to follow-up, boss. So say, for instance, the best thing to do is this. When a lead comes in, your whole goal should be identifying motivation. So you have to get in touch with them. You have to try and find out if they are even worth following up with. This is where it's good if you have things they can select and self-identify to say, hey, I'm just getting started, or here's my timeline for whatever amount of time. Leverage the systems in place. If not, you're going to have to be calling or have someone call, check in with those. The main point is when you reach out, it'd be like, hey, is this John? You'd be like, hey, John, my name's Ronnie. I saw you had signed up for one of our ads not too long ago. Just wanted to see if you're actively looking for real estate or just kind of browsing for the time being. And then that way, it's totally, non-abrasive. It's very casual. They'll be like, oh, no, I'm just kind of browsing. Be like, hey, not a problem. Do you have a timeline by chance that you're trying to be in a home buy? Yeah, maybe sometime later on in the year. Be like, okay, well, good deal. So this way, again, you're checking off your boxes. You're identifying that they're at least a quality person. They've answered the phone. 2, you see their timeline so you can know that they're not really ready to look at houses. And you'd be like, well, look, I like to, really help a lot of people, and it sounds like, you're just really kind of checking things out. How can I better assist you, when you do get ready to buy? And then ask them what they need, whether they want market updates, whether they want email campaigns, whether they want, to attend different home buyer seminars that you're going for, whatever it might be, mark it on there and then give that to them. It's very simple. But if you have someone that says, oh, well, we're actively looking, we're working with an agent, you can spin that. It'd be like, oh, okay, well, when you find the home that you're looking for, is that the agent you're going to be using to write the contract with? They might be like, yeah, we're definitely using that person. You'd be like, okay, well, great. Well, look, I appreciate your time. And if that ever changes, we're definitely here to help. And you can stay in touch. You can try and waste your time on that, but I wouldn't really recommend it. But if they're like, no, not really, we're just kind of using them to actively do this, then that's an opportunity for you to connect with them, show how you're a better agent, show how you give access, because again, they just want the property. If they're not even saying that they're committed to that agent, then just know that they're committed to the property. And just like that, they're not going to be committed to you either unless they have something in their mind that solidifies them to you and they see the value in you. So that's an opportunity for you to connect with them. And then your other ones, nah, I'm just looking, just browsing, just whatever. Don't even waste your time with those. Just put them in email drip campaigns. They'll convert themselves. You want to spend your time and energy on the ones that are willing to answer the phone, that are willing to follow up, and they're willing to give you information. I've spent so much time and energy and resources trying to convert people who don't even want to get motivated or convert themselves. So that's why I'd recommend to you, don't do that. Just use the systems, and your systems, here's what I'd recommend. Put them on email drip campaigns. If you go and you do videos like this, you do market updates, you talk about different resources in the area, you talk about different subdivisions, you set up a camera, you'd be like, oh, here I am today outside this such and such subdivision. It has this, that, and the other. Just wanted to share information about it. If you want, more about it, if you want to see any properties here, please let me know. You take those videos, you upload them to YouTube, you put them in an email newsletter, and you send that out to your database. They will watch those videos because it's insightful. It's about the area. It's about whatever. But if you're going around interviewing business owners and sitting in the latest restaurants and eating the latest sandwiches, it's like, that's great and all, but that's just for your own brand and your own personal awareness. You're not really helping anybody unless they're just looking for stuff to do, or you're hoping to convince them that, oh, this person really knows a lot about the area. Don't lead with that. Lead with properties. Lead with, hey, here's the newest thing. Here's the newest development. Here's the newest whatever. That's something that they actually want. Or, oh, I wanted to do a recap on the latest interest rates. Here's a breakdown about it. You educated them, you taught them, you gave them insight. And that way everything that you drop is insightful. It's something that they're consuming. You know, it's going to take probably 15 to 20 different active touches and exchanges of value for that person to realize that they even want to work with you. So if they're seeing your emails, seeing your retargeting ads, seeing your valuable insight, watching your videos, you're building that level of rapport in their mind to where you are becoming that top agent in their mind. And that's basically how you leverage the systems. And if you really want to be fun and creative with it, you can start doing home buyer seminars or buyer and seller seminars to where now you can start inviting people. If you did them every quarter, you'd be like, hey, we're doing a home buyer seminar. So we're going to talk about the latest and greatest changes, you know, how you can actively negotiate. And you break this down. You incorporate a lender, you incorporate a closing attorney, and you incorporate a home inspector in all these different things. And you do like a 2 or 3 hour presentation. You sit there, you get the chance to meet these people that are already in your database, and now you're moving them up and taking them from cold leads to warm leads to actively hot leads that are like, oh wow, it's actually good to meet you. I've been watching your videos, and you basically convert them along those ways. And that's really all you need to do. Put all your attention and effort on creating compelling ads that get people in your database. You identify, you convert them, put them on the, you know, the pre-selected ways that you connect and convert. Associate all your energy and effort to the ones that are actively motivated. All your other people, feed them through the process, and you get to develop that process. It's fun, it's easy, it does not have to be consuming or overwhelming. Then that way, once you have the system built, then you can start having fun and start having ISAs and buyer's agents and all that to start calling and connecting and converting. And then it can get really crazy to where they're connecting with these people, pre-scrubbing them, and then they're assigning them appointments and then going and they're showing. So that's a whole nother different video. But this is for the one of how you can leverage Facebook ads, run them into a database where you don't have to be overwhelmed and feel that you have to connect with everybody. And actually leverage your marketing and advertising. So if you have any questions and you want to get something like this set up in your business, this is something that I absolutely love to do. And as you can see, I'm very well versed in it. I've done it, I've built it out. All you have to do is just send me a message and I'll help you get it set up or answer any questions that you have. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.